Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have this Man and BattleCat figure to assemble and paint. This is an add-on pack from the Fields of Eternia board game from Archon Studio. The instructions are very clear and easy to follow. And as usual from Archon Studio, the plastic pieces are very high quality. And as per usual, I'll start off with separating the pieces from the sprue. There are basically three parts of this sprue. There's He-Man, BattleCat and then the base. And glue everything together with plastic cement. As this stuff basically weld both halves together. Each piece goes together almost perfectly, leaving behind only the slightest seam lines. While assembling this, I was aware that I would have to paint it, so in order to do so I decided not to glue He-Man to the base for the time being, otherwise he'll just get in the way of me trying to paint everything else. Adding the rock pieces to the base is the final part, and here's how it's looking so far. And you can see where He-Man will be placed once he's painted. The detail in these figures are top notch. I only hope I can do it justice with my paint job. And speaking of painting, I start off with a primer. And for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show the painting of He-Man and BattleCat separately, rather than jumping back and forth between the two. So I start off by painting the flesh on He-Man, and there are three parts to this. There's the base colour, followed by the brown wash, followed by the base colour again, but in a dry brush. And this essentially gives you three different tones, so it gives you a lot of definition. Next I painted his boots and his loincloth in a brown colour, followed by a light dry brush. Then I painted his belt in gold and all his other metallic items in silver. And his hair has also been painted blonde. I also used a black wash on the silver parts. This helped create definition. And now what was remaining were the red parts, with on his shield, his chest and his belt. Next I move on to the base and basically work my way up. So I used a variety of stone colours for the assortment of rocks and stones, and then I give it a black wash, followed by a nice black trim around the base. And then moving on to BattleCat, I needed a lot of green for this. I ended up giving it 2 coats of goblin green. And for his claws I simply painted them black. As you can also see, I painted his teeth white. I used the orange colour to create his stripes. I couldn't find great reference material, so I had to guess where these went. Then next I painted all his red armour pieces, which is basically his helmet and his saddle. I also added a little bit of white to the red to paint his tongue. And then I dab on some yellow for his eyes. Using a cream colour, I give it an all over dry brush. This really makes the highlights pop. And finally, using a couple of drops of super glue, I add a He-Man to the base. Now He-Man and BattleCat are finally fighting side by side. And the final step is to seal in that paint with the matte sealer. And then we're done. And here they are displayed with the Castle Grayskull die tower. I'm pretty pleased with how these guys have turned out. The problem with painting something based off a cartoon is that the cartoon has flat colours, and if you copy that exactly you can't see any details. But adding the washers and dry brushes help make the model more visible at this scale. I've also painted up the Archon miniature from this game. I'll leave a link somewhere so you can see that video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.